Welcome back to Wall Street Confidential. You've been searching for Costco on our site, so we're going to give you some Wall Street Confidential news on that. Now, Jim, a lot of people worry now because at this point, for so long, Costco's been very, they've been keeping their head above water.
Right, but there were two issues. I mean, this is one where people have to listen to the conference call because it was a very difficult call. I found myself reading it over and over, the transcript. First is because they do this last in, first out accounting on gasoline, which basically made it so that they were selling gasoline at a worse price than they bought it. And that definitely knocked off some points. But what we're seeing, and I know this from Lesser Evil, which is my crinkle fry company, my potato chip company and popcorn company, is that Costco was determined to hold the line to the consumer and not put through the price increases that a Kroger has, Safeway's trying, Whole Foods has. And if you take a look at Safeway and Whole Foods, those stocks are not doing that well. So they've also eaten some of the price. Kroger somehow has been able to raise price better. It's a great mystery to me. But Costco was very clear that it wasn't just gasoline, that there is going to be a rather rough period as they put through price increases because of the cost of food. Costco turned out to be just another casualty of ethanol and another casualty of higher oil. Remember, the 1-2 punch here is that ethanol raises the cost of anything food, and gasoline raises the cost of anything packaging. It was also they even had problems with their raw costs for their own brand, which has historically been a pretty good brand. This is a Kirkland brand in terms of pricing and margins. This was a very imperfect quarter. Now they're stepping up and buying back a lot of stock, which is important. And I think that this is a company that once they've gotten their pricing through, you're going to wish you bought down here. I would very much like to buy Costco. Now, the multiple is still high. And one of the things that's happening with a lot of companies is multiples are shrinking, in part because of perceived inflation. I say perceived because the inflation figures don't take in any of the deflation of housing. But I think Costco is one of those. It's not going to turn around this quarter. They were very clear about that, so they really lowered their expectations. You would begin to buy Costco here if you were to take an 18-month perspective. You cannot take an 8-week perspective. There will be no good news here for the next 8 weeks.
So, Jimmy, if Costco says it's going to have to raise prices, what does that mean for Walmart or Target?
Costco was very clear that Walmart is really doing well here, and that Walmart is somehow able to, remember, Costco's a fraction of Walmart's size, that Walmart's able to beat up on the suppliers and basically really demand pricing that nobody else had. It's, again, why I've been buying Walmart very aggressively for ActionAlertsPlus.com. They are not compatible. I mean, once again, and comparable. Once again, a lot of judgments are made without listening to the conference call. The conference call was in awe of Walmart. The conference call really took it to Target. I think Target's in big trouble here. I think Target's the master trust for their credit cards is showing big defaults. The stores themselves look quite sloppy. I think Walmart's gaining on them. I know Target's come down a lot, but I am not the least bit tempted to own Target here. Target was really mentioned negatively on that Costco call, which, again, I reiterate, was very important.
I'm telling you, Target lost me after they said goodbye to Isaac Mizrahi.
Target has become very sloppy. The customer service is awful. They've really cut back on a lot of things. I think Target is truly one to sell every time it gets strong.
Wow. All right. Well, we're talking about Costco. Thank you so much, Jim Cramer on Wall Street Confidential. Stay tuned.